And then we're gonna go into our last set. These games were played last month, so like 30 days from now, if I can count my days correctly. And these are from two very interesting players. Let's start the kick again. Let's see, we have Ams and Vensi. Ams is from the Middle East, and then Vensi is from the Netherlands. Ams is also, of course, quite known in the ones scene, but Vensi is mostly known for his 2s and 3s. So let's see how he's going. But Vensi does play quite a lot of 1s here. Let's see. I'm gonna quickly check something first. Let's see. Vensi he's in the top 50 right now. I don't know how he was a month ago, but right now he's in the top 50. He's at 41, and Amps is right outside of the top 50. He's at 70. And we know the potential of Amps. He's been playing quite a lot of matches. Let's see if Vensi is able to counter Amps' playstyle. It's a solid ground game. These are 4 games that they played. Pretty much back to back to back to back. Vensi tries to barrel the ball through Vensi, but doesn't quite manage to get it. Flicks it early here. Misses. Both of them miss. Actually. There's a hook shot here, but Amps gets faked out by the setup and has to concede a goal here. Gets a flick on an awkward Vensi. Let's see. Ams was anticipating a flick there, so Vensi just puts it down, and so he wins the 50 there quite easily. Does Vensi. Hook shot. Shoots it, but it's not enough. Ams tried to shoot it early, but Vensi's there to defend. Ams with no boost. Does he see it? I don't think he did. I don't think Vensi saw that Ams had no boost. Careless mistake there by Vensi. Leaves an open net for Ams. He shoots it on the post, but he's managed to get the rebound. Kickoff win there from Vensi. Can slot the open net. Another kickoff win from Vensi. Both of them fake it, but Amps is the quickest. He's quite a fast player, he's Amps. And I don't think Vensi is that fast. So I'm gonna be... It's pretty exciting to see if Amps will utilize his speed. Goes for it awkwardly. Has to keep the possession in the air. Just doesn't want to let Vensi take the ball. Gets a flipper set and almost a forced own goal, but he managed to get the awkward save. Or gets a goal from the awkward save there. That's Vensi. Shoots it quickly, and it's enough. I was wondering if Amps was gonna fake the shot there or not, but it seems like shooting is just fine. Who needs to fake it when you can just shoot it in the net? Amps in the air. He has very little boost. Gets a 3%, but it's too poor. Not enough boost. And Vensi can just roll the open net in. And a 2-goal lead with 2 minutes left. This is impressing me. I know how solid Amps is. So it's very exciting to see Vensi doing this. Very awkward there from Vensi. He was anticipating it to go into the crossbar and out, but it goes crossbar down. And so it looked very comical. Vensi doesn't want to go in the air. Keeps the possession on the ground instead. Can shoot it early, does so, and it's 2 out of reach for Amps. Vensi shoots it early. Too awkward for Amps there. Kick off possession there, and he shoots it, and it's enough. Four-goal lead. Just waits it. They're gonna shoot early, and it's a forced own goal there by Amps, and that's it. So Amps couldn't really do much about the kickoff possession that Vensi was pulling off. Sorry, and you can see here 4 goals in a row. That's pretty heartbreaking. And it was a 1-goal game here. And let's go into the second set of this little mini series. This one was played, yeah, back to back. As I'm seeing here, yeah, all of these were back to back. So let's see the second game. Amps shoots it early. Can't do anything about it. Has to fake it to go for a boost. Vensi there tries to do a breezy and fakes out Amps enough so that he can rebound it. Vensi wins the kickoff and stops the open net. Unfortunate position there from Amps. Another kickoff there from a good kickoff there from Vensi. Amps have no boost, so Vensi can just control it, but shoots it early. Can Amps capitalize on it? No, he can't. Has possession, does a 50, doesn't go his way. It's Vensi with the possession here, or is it? Vensi still plays it into the back wall. Another hook shot, not as powerful. previously seen. But a nice bounce dribble there from Vensi. Vensi tries to slow play. Am shoots it early. And it goes into the crossbar. He can't get the rebound. And he also can't take it into the air because it's too awkward. Has to give away the possession. Yeah, Amps is smart here. He will go to the corner or the side boost. Yeah, gets the save on the line. Amps almost gets the possession there. But Vensi doesn't want to give it to him. Amps has to work his way to get this possession. Vensi with an open net, but it's too awkward. Now he definitely has an open net, and that's definitely not too awkward. Take it in 4-0 with 2:30 left. It's not looking so great for Amps. In previous game, he was looking pretty good at this time, but now he seems to be weakened by Vensi. Can't get the bounce dribble or hook shot. Vensi goes early, is able to slot it in, no. But he does keep the possession. MC with a flick. Amps with a flick. Amps misses, and Vensi can just shoot it in the open net. And that's actually a forfeit. So there was nothing really Amps was pulling off in this game. It seems like he didn't really have a great of a time. There were definitely some interesting things that happened. Like here, Amps was unable to give the ball enough of a push to score the open net. She had to make a little bit of an awkward save. And because he couldn't challenge, then Vensi can just slot it in on the near side. So that was the second game. A 5-0 shutout with the 2 minutes left forfeit, or 3-minute forfeit. Let's see if the next one is any better. The third game of Vensi and Amps. Starts off with the possession this time, does Amps. Vensi bumps and then demos. Slot in the open net quite easily. Now here's something that Amps has been struggling in this set. The kickoffs. He pretty much always loses the kickoffs, and Vensi can just slot in the open net from the awkward bounce on the wall. The roll up. Another kickoff loss there from Amps, and Vensi almost shoots it in directly. But Amps misses. Vensi doesn't get a good hit, but he can recover. And it seems like Amps is very tilted. He's not playing well, and he's giving these opportunities to Vensi, but he does get a kickoff win this time. Unfortunately, he hesitates, and even if he wins it, he doesn't commit to the aggression here. Amps has to win some kickoffs. That's where most of this goes wrong. Does get an early challenge, but he does get demoed as well. Vensi shoots it, and he manages to get the open net. 5-0 with 4 minutes left. really not going well for Amps. But he does get a possession from the kickoff. Fortunately, he can't retain it, even if he gets the demo. Vensi is able to get back into defense after taking the back boost. Shoots it, but it's too weak. And Vensi shoots it, and that's a forfeit. That was going to be 6-0 with 330. I think that's one of the quickest games I've ever seen in the pro plays. Nothing was going on right for Amps here. He's too tilted on his own mistakes. And the kickoffs are not going in his favor at all. Most of the goals in this game came from either kickoff or kickoff possession. Like a semi-kickoff goal. And he needs to figure out. He needs to mix up his kickoffs more. Vensi was just doing pretty much the same kickoff every time, and so was Amps. And so Vensi figured out, well, winning all the kickoffs, I might as well continue doing the same kickoffs. I'm winning. And only when Amps is going to mix up is Vensi going to mix up. That was the fourth game. Now we're going to do the last one. Again, all of these games are back-to-back. So there was no break in between. Again, Amps needs to figure out how to get the possession of the kickoff. It's a weak shot by Vensi, and Amps can easily recover. Goes for an air dribble bump here. Doesn't connect with it. Vensi with the open net, and he slots it in. But that was a nice aggressive play by Amps there. Instead of waiting for Vensi to force Amps to make a mistake, Amps rather committed. I actually like him committing there. But another kickoff loss, another kickoff goal. This is the first kickoff win that Amps has had in a long time, like a proper kickoff win. Just the bounce dribble, but it's too awkward. Or rather the hook shot, but it's too awkward. Can he shoot it now? Doesn't want to. Probably for the better. Shoots it high, too high. Vensi with little boost. He's not able to defend it. But Amps gives the kickoff possession. The possession rather. He's too focused on... and Amps with the open net miss. This is really not going well for Amps. I was too focused on the kickoffs that happened. And another open net miss, this time by Vensi. Amps with some nice and awkward defense. Or nice defense on the awkward position. Trying to force Vensi to do a misplay here. Shoots early, but it doesn't seem like he was aiming for the goal either. Just wants to make Amps awkward. Shoots it on net. Is it enough? It is this time. The first goal in quite a lot of time. Actually, I just realized the two previous games were both 5-0 to Vensi. The previous one was gonna be 6-0. So he finally gets on the scoreboard in quite a long time. Sets up the bounce dribble, and he booms it into the crossbar. There's not enough. Doesn't want to commit for either ball or demo. Vensi can instead shoot it on net after Amps, I guess, thought he was gonna go for an air dribble, and so he was rushing to the side. But Vensi realized that he never really planned to do an air dribble, and so he just goes for net. Another flick there off the kickoff possession. A nice flick there. And Amps has to figure out how to do the counter kickoff. He can mix it up by pretty much any means, and that would fix his problem. But he's not doing that. He's going for the exact same kickoff every time. A nice bounce dribble shot there by Vensi, but it's not enough to overcome Vensi. Vensi slow plays it, and Ams gets punished, and that's quite a forfeit there. This is I promise you, Ams is an incredibly strong player, and this is not what he usually looks like. He's usually incredibly difficult. He is playing with a higher ping than most in the EU server, but he has shown himself to be able to perform under both pressure and the ping disadvantage. So I don't think that's the issue. I think the biggest issue in these games, specifically the last 3 games, was that he was getting too tilted. He made mistakes that made him mad, and then he continued. He rather refused to adapt to how Vensi plays, because Vensi is quite interesting and very good, as I can see, but this wasn't an outstanding performance by Vensi. This was mostly just, as you can see there, another open net miss. This was mostly a bunch of mistakes by Ams that Vensi, with no fault of his own, is able to capitalize on. Like, Vensi was not outplaying Ams for him to make mistakes. Ams was doing this to himself, and this seems to be one of the darker sides of Ams I've seen. Because I know how much stronger he actually is. He has a bunch of good results that I would counter these ranked games with, and say, look at this performance by Ams. But unfortunately, that was not his day. Today was not his day, or rather, this was last month. But it did not look as good as how he could do. And so that's the end of those games. We saw. Let's see here. In fact, I can just do this. So we saw Lusual and Moxie both winning 1 game each. This was uploaded by Lusual. HP uploaded this one. They won 1 game each. He won 1 game each against Xena. It was a very exciting player to watch. And then we had Vensi versus Ams, where Vensi pretty much crushed Ams. It was not one of Ams' best performances, but I know that Ams is able to bounce back and be better. So that was incredibly exciting, and I want to thank you for, if you're watching this thus far. And I'll probably be back at some point with another set. And I've also planned to, instead of doing what I've been doing now is uploading the 2-in-2 matches as in one video. What I'm gonna do now is, I think I'm just gonna upload the 2 matches by themselves. So I'm gonna upload. So right now, it's gonna be, of course, Vensi versus Ams is gonna be one bulk of 4 games. But I'm gonna do HP versus Xena as one video, one shorter video, and then Lusual versus Moxie as one shorter video. I think it ties it up more neatly, and so the video doesn't become clustered with a bunch of games, and it also gives me more content, more videos. But that's it. So for watching this, thank you for watching, and I'll be back with another stream at some point, probably.